Gyökeres has a lot of work to do, especially physically, and the team as well. He needs to get out of his head and try to play the way the team wants to play. What do I mean by that? He runs the way he runs, but he needs to understand how this team plays and sometimes check his runs. That's why you saw in the first half, Eberechi had a lot of chances to shot on goal because he wasn't running all the way in. He checks and tries to find space, gaps in the defense. This is
Watch Strengths TV right now.
Transit Sports TV back again. Arsenal winning Newcastle St. James's Park 2-1, coming from behind after being a goal down at the end of first half. First time they have done that in like 2 years now, and the Mikel Arteta getting a win, a very rare win over Newcastle and Eddie Howe. And how much more can you appreciate this? And before I go into things that we saw on this one, first of all, this morning something told me, hey, it's been a long time in Warrior Jersey to watch Arsenal play. Today, this team will need all the support they can get in the world. And boy, that did they come through. I wore my jersey today, and Arsenal got the win. So we're going to look at a few things that we learned from this one. First of all, Arsenal, if you remember, has lost through so many different dodgy referee decisions against Newcastle, especially away from home. And it looked like that today again. After the penalty from Gyökeres, the explanation they gave, I don't understand it. They say because Nick Pope touched the ball. I don't know where touching the ball eliminates foul play, because we have also seen players get red card because of follow through after making a legitimate tackle and their leg follow through and they're giving red card, not because of penalty. And I think that VAR know that if that penalty will be awarded, then Nick Pope probably will have to leave the game, being the last man in that defense, and they overturned it. And you could see that the referee argued with them for a little bit. He didn't really agree with that VAR position, but of course, it looks like this game has been programmed to always go with the VAR decision, and that is that. Then starting from the lineup, Mikel Arteta made a very massive call today. In fact, a couple of them. First one, dropping Saliba for Mosquera, and of course, Merino, who he has stuck with, dropping him for Eze to come into that midfield, and what's his name, Trossard, coming from the left side. We set up the team with a lot of pace, especially in behind and movement. But one thing I realized today was that I think the occasion got the best of Mosquera. Solid defender, I have nothing against him, but he was a little bit all over the place, and I think he was a few times out of position, which made it difficult for him to have control or grip on the game, and eventually Arsenal conceded. People say he caused the goal. I don't blame him at all. We have seen a lot of defenders, big time defenders, miss their kicks, and Gabriel in that game, a lot of people are talking about Gabriel going down cheaply. I think what happened there, once I saw the flight of that ball, I knew Arsenal was in deep trouble. The height of that ball and the position of Gabriel there's no way, even if he had stayed on his feet, he was going to get that ball. So what he did, once he felt that touch from the striker, he tried to go down to buy that from the referee, but of course the referee didn't buy that one. So it was a goal, legitimate goal, if you ask me. Then we'll talk about the shape and things that we saw today. Eberechi is going to be massive for Arsenal. I saw him today. In the beginning, he still looks like not 100% physically there yet. And now, as he grew into the game, we saw the impact that he had. One thing I have criticized Arteta and this team for a very long time is being too slow in transition and being obsessed with possession. But today you could see that Arsenal yes, they had the possession, but they were more intentional with it, and the pace of the passes today were different. And one of the things that I don't know if you have noticed, one of the reasons why Arsenal's passing and transition has become quicker is because of Eberechi. Because so many times I see this young man, he doesn't take 2 touches, he takes 1 touch, and this is what keeps the game flow, what makes the game flow. And the few minutes that Saka played, I saw that impact of Saka as well. Him and Saka did so many 1-2 touches. contrary to what Odegaard does with Saka. Odegaard, they do 3-4 touches before they release the ball, but Eze has been doing those 2 touches. Secondly, Victor Gyökeres has a lot of work to do, especially physically, and the team as well. He needs to get out of his head and try to play the way the team wants to play. What do I mean by that? He runs the way he runs, but he needs to understand how this team plays, and sometimes check his runs. That's why you saw in the first half, Eberechi had a lot of chances to shot on goal because he wasn't running all the way in. He checks and tries to find space, gaps in the defense. This is one area that Gyökeres needs to work on. We know that when he has the chances, he will finish. But the problem is he's not getting himself in those spaces where he will get the chance. And physically, he is not ready yet. The EPL is a monstrous league. If you are not physically ready, the defenders will bully you. And he lost a lot of his duels today. I know he will come through. I know this team will come through. But one thing that we have also criticized Arteta very much about was substitutions. And today, Arteta, even at 1-1, you could see that the mentality was to go and win this game. And this has been the difference between Arsenal and Liverpool. Today, the substitutions, the mentality, even from the players, even after the 90 minutes marker was passed, this team was not, okay with a draw, and which has been a huge one coming from behind away to Newcastle. But they felt that they could win it, and obviously Newcastle were already in the defensive mode, so it was difficult for them once that goal came in to switch back into attacking mode. So Arsenal had the momentum and they used it very well. Odegaard looked very, very fresh, and he made a very monstrous pass to MLS, Miles Kelly, who I feel was a little bit slow and was caught in between his mind. Some of these passes, these opportunities, just be decisive, just take an action. Whatever you do, it will work. But again, you can also look at it from a flip side, that if he didn't get that corner kick, Arsenal probably would not have gotten the win. So yes, this is what football is about. This is what it is. I had told my friend Firmino, a Liverpool fan, today that I have a feeling that I am not panicking about this game at all, and I believe that Arsenal was going to win this game. And not because I believed, but Arsenal won the game. What more? How best can you have your Sunday? How best can you have your weekend? Liverpool losing their game, and Chelsea losing as well, and Manchester United losing, and Arsenal going away to Newcastle and picking up all 3 points. And the road now leads to Olympiacos at the Emirates on Wednesday. Let me know what you think. What stood out for you in this game today? For me, I pick out the decisiveness of Mikel Arteta. I pick out the one-touch progressive football from Eberechi, and I also pick out the danger of the man Mikel Merino in front of goal when you are playing against Arsenal. And I will see you again next time. Ciao.